Hello, am I audible? Yeah, I think so. I am actually audible right now. Right, great. Welcome guys to another live stream, and this will be a series where I create a full-featured Discord bot web dashboard in Python. Um, so a lot of you have been asking me for a long time, like after my last web dashboard series, to make another one. Sorry, the last one wasn't a series, but you guys asked me to create a whole series where I show you how you can actually, change configuration, prefixes, welcome messages, leave messages, etc., etc. So this series will cover how to create the bot that we'll be using, how to create a backend API for our dashboard, and how to create the front-end website for our dashboard. So before we get started, let me actually say what technologies we'll be using. So for the front end, we are going to be using React. You guys probably know what React is. And for the backend, we're going to be using Python. Now, specifically, we're going to be using Sanic. Now, if you guys don't know what Sanic is, it is an asynchronous web framework for Python. There's also Quartz and AIO HTTP, although AIO HTTP is not the best thing to run servers with, but still, it's usable. But we're going to be using Sanic because it's really easy to use. It's almost like Flask. Although if I wanted a Flask clone, I would rather use Quart, but I've been wanting to learn how to use Sanic, and I have never used Sanic before, so it's going to be a journey for me as well. And for the database, the bot's going to be using Postgres, so you guys should have Node, Python, as well as Postgres installed. So give me a moment, and I'm going to be right back. Okay, so let's get started. Let me actually check chat. Oh, hello guys, Casio with Aria and Aqua Paradox. Welcome to the stream. So let us get started with actually creating a project directory. So we can just cd to documents. And also we need to actually check if our Postgres server is running, because we need to actually wait, let me actually do systemctl status. Yeah, so we got Postgres running here. That's great. So we can just mkdir thanks for the live streaming with dashboard. I was in search of dashboard in Python. Thanks. You're welcome. So we can now create a directory for our bot dashboard. So we can just bot dashboard tutorial. So you can do bot dashboard tutorial, and let's just actually open up Visual Studio Code here. So we have this here, and I want to create 3 directories. So we're gonna have right now, let's just create 2 directories. So we can create a directory called bot and a directory called backend. Okay, so we're going to create a directory called bot as well as backend. So I'm going to have these 2 here. And what features are you going to cover in this? Probably going to cover custom prefix, custom welcome messages and leave messages. So your bot's going to have right now this is not going to be like a practical bot. It's just going to have change prefix, welcome messages, leave messages, and I'm gonna add systems where you can modify these through the bot web dashboard. So yeah, we have these 2 folders here, and let us get started with the bot first of all. So we can just create a bot.py, and before I do that, I'm just gonna cd into the bot folder, and let's create a virtual env. So I'm gonna install virtual env first. I already have it installed. To install this, if you're on Linux, you can just do install virtual env. You can do this if you want to install virtual env with Linux, but if you're on something like Windows or Mac, you can just do pip install virtual env. You can just do this. So I'm just going to do virtual env venv. So I'm just going to create a really simple virtual env here, and I'm just gonna do something like dot slash, and I'm just gonna activate this. Since I'm using fish shell, I'm just gonna use activate.fish. So we have this, and let us actually create a requirements.txt. So the libraries that we're going to need. So first of all, I'm going to use discord.py, specifically version 1.6.0. And then I'm gonna also be using the PostgresQL driver. Let's use async pg since we're going to be using tortoise orm for PostgresQL. And we are also going to need tortoise orm, and we're going to need python.env for our environment variables. So we're going to need this, and let us actually run pip install -r requirement.txt. This is now going to start installing everything we have, and while it installs, let's actually create a Discord bot. So from discord.ext, import commands, and right now it says that there's nothing here because I need to actually select the virtual env. So I'm gonna go to the bin and then Python, select interpreter, and yes, Visual Studio Code is now using virtual env. So all of this has installed properly. So you have this, and now let's just create this bot. So chat, should I actually increase the font size, or like is it too small? Should I increase the font size? Well, I don't see any response, so I'm probably gonna go and increase the font size. So font zoom in. Okay, so commands.bot, and then command prefix, let's just say something like $. How about $? $sign seems fine. And let us do at bot.event async def on ready, and let's just print bot is ready. Great. And now we can just do bot.run. Now the thing we need to do in this case is we want to have a .env here. So .env, and then token. We're gonna paste our token in here later on, which I'm gonna hide from the stream. So yeah, we can just go here and then we can import the .env lib. So from python.env import load.env, and then I'm just gonna load the .env here first of all. So I'm loading this in here, and then I can just import OS. So import OS, and over here os.environ token. So we're gonna have this token in here. Now I'm just gonna paste the token in here, be right back. So I'm just gonna go and copy the token and paste this right in here. Boom. Okay, so I have pasted the token in. So the token for my bot is in .env here. So we have that, and now let's actually try running this bot. So I'm just gonna open up integrated terminal here because I'm gonna need this later on. So I'm gonna open up this one here, and I'm gonna do cd bot, and let's do python bot.py. So it's gonna take a bit to start, and it says bot is ready. So if you go to my test Discord server here, general, the prefix is $. Even though we don't have a help command, by default, discord.py bots have a help command here. So yeah, we have this. It's working perfectly here. So we can just now start working on our commands. So first we need to actually initialize a tortoise ORM connection. So to do that, it's pretty simple to do. We need a models file. So models.py, and that's where we are going to have all of our database models. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have I'm just going to open up the tortoise ORM documentation. So tortoise ORM documentation, and we are just going to import tortoise, or from tortoise import models or something like that. I actually forgot what I was supposed to do here. Yeah, so models import model, and then we are also going to do tortoise import fields. So this is the ORM that we're going to be using, and let's just do something like guild config, and this should inherit from model. And I want to have a guild ID, and this will going to be fields.bigInt field, and this will be pk equals to true, and unique will be true, nullable false. So we want every guild config to be unique. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to have a custom prefix. So fields dot text field. And let's actually do something like a string field. Let's do a text field, and this cannot be nullable, although this should be nullable because we are going to have a default prefix. So we have this, and now we can actually load everything in the tortoise ORM. So let us actually create a function, connect db. So this is going to be an async function, and we're going to call this function when the bot is online, like in the onReady function. So I'm going to import tortoise from here. So from tortoise, import tortoise. And I want to use await tortoise.init, and this should have the db URL. And this is where we might face some issue. This should be Postgres, or should it be PostgreSQL? We need to actually check this out. So tortoise ORM dialects. So we need a specific dialect for the database that we're going to be using. So for the dialects, we have so for Postgres, yeah, we do use this Postgres one. So we're going to do : / and this is going to be our username, password at localhost, and this can be just 5432. And let's just actually call, what should we call this bot? Let's just call this something like bot, or like testing bot. So you can call something like this, but before we do any of this, we need to initialize a PostgreSQL database. To do that, first, let me actually clear the terminal. I'm going to do sudo run this command. Okay, so basically I'm just switching to this Postgres user, and what I'm doing here is I'm going to go to that user, and now I'm going to create a user. So create user interactive password prompt. Enter name of role to add. Let's just call this bot. Password of new role, I'm just gonna put 12345, and then 12345. Shall the new role be a super user? I mean, yes, why not? Let's just put it like this. I mean, it shouldn't be a super user, but I can't be bothered to, you know, write my own, like, configure that database, grant it permissions and stuff. So yeah, we're going to call this the, what user did we create, by the way? It was bot, I think. Yeah. So bot at 12345. And wait, we also need to create a database. So I'm going to open up Postgres. So PSQL. Oops, my bad. So we need to go to PSQL. And then we're going to create a database. Create database testing bot. Okay, so we have created this. Now we can connect to the database. And the models, or the modules in this case, we are going to have the models is going to be models. So this is our models.py file. We are actually like telling tortoise, hey, use this one. And now I want to initialize the tables or the schemas, tortoise.generate schemas. So when the bot is ready, I want to await this. So connect db. I want this to run. So let me stop the bot. Python bot.py. It should connect to the database once the bot is ready. And yeah, it says bot is ready. If I type, if I go to something like this, you know what? I'm gonna stick around here. I'm gonna do /c testing bot. I'm not connected to the database testing bot as user Postgres. That's fine. I'm gonna run /dt to see the relations we have here. And yes, we have guild config. So we have this guild config here, this table that we had created. So this is awesome. And I can just stay, like, I can just keep it as it is. So we want this command prefix to be, you know, something different. And that's why for custom prefixes, we want a get prefix function. So async def get prefix, and they should return me the prefix. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, so we have a get prefix here, and then what we want to do is we want to get the bot here. So in this case, it's going to be the bot as well as the message. So the message will be discord.message in this case. So let's actually do import discord, and the bot will be commands.bot. And we do want to import the models. So what I want to do here is from models import guild config. And in the async dev get prefix, what I want to do here is I want to prefix going to be guild config dot filter, and this will be basically ID. So this is going to be guild ID. ID will be message.guild.id, and it's going to be get or none. So basically what this will do is it's going to filter the database, check if it has this if an entry exists for this specific guild. If it does not exist, it returns none. If it exists, it just returns that config. So it's like get or none. So if that config exists, so if prefix, return prefix. I opened up a separate database. Okay, if prefix, return prefix, else return $sign. So I want the default prefix to be $sign. Although we can do something like this here. We can use a ternary operator. So return prefix, if prefix, else $sign. We can do something like this. And over here, for the command prefix, I can just put get prefix here. So this will now give us a custom prefix system. So let's just wait for the bot to start. 1 second here. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, the bot is ready. And if I actually type $help now, it says command prefix must be plain string, iterable, callable, returning as not query set. Oh yeah, my bad. It should be an await. So should the filter get or none, and this should be a query set. Yes. So we can now return the prefix. So we can have config, and we can return the config.prefix here. So config.prefix, we're just going to return config.prefix if that config exists. So we can run this. And let's just wait for the bot to load. Yeah, it says $help. That's great. So we have this, and now I want to make a command where where you can actually change that prefix. So I want a bot.command async def prefix, and I want this to have the prefix. Okay, I'm just gonna import typing because without typings, VS Code doesn't give you proper IntelliSense. So we're gonna have this here, and if there is no prefix, so basically the command will be something like this: $prefix, or it can be $prefix as well as some other prefix, maybe an exclamation mark. So if this prefix part does not exist, I want this to return the current prefix. So what I want to do here is every time this is run, I want to get the guild config. So if not prefix, I want to get the config anyways, because we're gonna need it later on. So guild config.filter. I'm gonna copy this part because programming is a lot about copy pasting, and we can just do ctx.guild.id. Yeah, that works. So if not prefix, if no prefix was entered, I can just do something like I can just do the if config. So if the config exists here, we're just gonna return return await ctx.send, and the current prefix for this server is, you know what, let's actually create a variable. We're gonna create something called let's call this constants, and this will be default prefix. We're gonna have this $sign, so the default prefix would be this, and the current prefix of the server is this default prefix. If not config, so if we don't have a guild config, we're just gonna do this. Dead Aura, no, I'm not making a Discord bot. I am making a Discord bot web dashboard. And for that, I am going to like make a bot for that. So we're gonna have this if not config. We're gonna send the current prefix for the server as default prefix, and if that config exists, we're gonna do await ctx.send. We can actually do this over here. So we can do instead of doing this, we're gonna say config.prefix if config else default prefix. So you can have that here, and yep, we could do that. So if not prefix, yeah, we're gonna do this. So let us actually stop this button and run it. This time it's gonna be a $sign prefix. Okay, great, great. So we're going to have, if you type this $sign prefix, it's gonna send you the current prefix for the server is $sign. That's great. Now we want it to be so that if someone does enter a prefix at the end, we want them to update it. But before we do that, we want to have a commands.check, sorry, guild permissions. So it has guild permissions, and this should be a discord dot, no, it should be like manage server is going to be true. Wait a second. Permission system for discord.py. I'm actually taking a look at that. Okay, yeah, so we can do something like, so we put this at the top here. Yes, we put this here. So let us run this bot now. It will require invalid permission, manage server. Oh yeah, it should be manage guild here, my bad. That will run. So we have this, and now if we don't have a prefix for the server, so we want to create a new config if that config doesn't exist. So if not config, we want to create new config would be tortoise orm, so not tortoise orm, guild config config, and this should have the guild ID, or just the ID would be ctx.guild.id, and the prefix will be the prefix that we have here, or let's do underscore prefix. Okay, we're gonna have this here. Oh, my bad. Okay, great. So we're gonna have this. We're gonna create this new config here, and then we're going to do new config dot save. But this is a coroutine, so we gotta await this. Great. So we're gonna return, and we're just gonna, you know, return with an await ctx.send later on. So we're going to do return await ctx.send. Set the prefix for this server to the underscore prefix. Great. And if there is no config, but if there is config, we want the config.prefix to be the underscore prefix, and then await config.save. Is it update? I think it is update for dict. Is it? Anyway, so we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna say set the prefix for the server to this. So this is like a really, it's a simple custom prefix command here that we have. So we can now run this. The bot's running. Okay, so we can just do $help. We can just set $prefix, and we can do $prefix exclamatory mark. I'll just say set the prefix for the server to exclamatory mark. Now if you type this, okay, so the custom prefix is working. Now if we type prefix, okay, great. And if we set the prefix to $sign again, boom, we have this now. Great. So yeah, our custom prefix system is working perfectly. Now what we want to do here is create a few event handlers. So we want welcome messages. Now for that, I want to actually add a few columns here. So let's actually add a welcome message enabled. Is it true or false? So we need a fields dot it's gonna be a Boolean field as far as I know, and by default I want the It can be nullable, to be honest. Or it should be like this by default. Okay, wait, 1 second. There's not prefix, we have this, we have the guild config and prefix. Okay, that's fine. How long have I been streaming for? 25 minutes. Okay, that's not a problem. It's a boolean field, so welcome message enabled. Well, let's just call it welcome enabled, and then we have a leave enabled, and that's going to be a fields dot boolean field. Great. So we're gonna have this, and you know what, yeah, we can just have a welcome enabled and leave enabled, and then we can have a welcome config model, and then this should be a channel ID. That's gonna be a big int field like this. It's gonna be the primary key. Yeah. And then the message will be a text field. Okay, and the default would be false. And default will be false, and yeah, so you have this, and yeah, so fine. And then right now, let's just do the welcome message first. Then we can do the leave messages. I'm gonna stop this, run this again, and I hope it doesn't give me like any migration issues, because I don't want to start a database migration right now. So we have this, and we can now start working on the things here. Okay, so on member join and on member leave. I'm going to add bot.event async def on member joined. Or is it on member join? I forgot which one it is, to be honest. On member join. Yeah, I think it's on member join here. Okay, great. So the member would be discord.member, and what I want to do here, member.guild.id. So this is going to be our guild ID. So guild ID, and I want to have a guild config. So the guild config, it's gonna have all of this by default. But one thing I want to do here, first of all, is whenever the bot has been added to the guild, I want to add a, like, create this new configuration, because right now, like, the database is gonna get messed up. So okay, so we can now actually run this event here. Bot.event. I can do async def on guild join. Guild would be discord.guild. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to create a new config here. Okay, a new config, and by default I want this to be a default would be $. Yeah, we can just do default. It's gonna be $sign here, and I can now stop this. You know what, right now let's do pass. We're gonna keep the bot running. I hope it doesn't give me any migration issues, and if it does, that's not a big deal here. We could just do something like wait, first let's actually do prefix. It says welcome enabled does not exist. Well, we do need database migrations, I think, right now. You know what, we can actually work with that later. I can now go to this. I can drop table guild config, and now I can run this, because I really don't want to start doing database migrations right now. It's a huge pain to do. So we can just do $prefix, the current prefix for the servers. Okay, that's fine. We can actually do a select asterisk from guild config. Yeah, it has no entries right now. That's completely fine with me. So what I want to do here is on the whenever the bot joins guild, I want to have a new guild config. And yeah, so I want to do this. I don't even need a prefix for this. I just want to have a guild.id. Oh wait, new config.save. Okay, so I'm gonna have this, and let's actually stop the bot. Let me take a look at my stream. Okay, oh hello, is she not found? Thank you for joining the stream. Okay, so what I'm gonna do in this case is probably gonna remove the bot from the guild. We're gonna remove this from the guild, so I'm gonna kick this bot here. With the bot running, I'm gonna invite this bot again onto my server. So I'm just gonna OAuth and bot's gonna join. Permissions, I'm gonna set to 8. I'm gonna give it admin perms. Okay, so I'm gonna add this bot to the server. I'm currently adding this bot to my server. Authorize. Discord's being really laggy for me today. I don't know why. It takes a while for the website to load, for HCaptcha to run. Probably my internet or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, the bot has joined, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the guild config, and boom, we have a guild config here because the bot has joined the server. Now, that's actually pretty awesome here. Oh, welcome Shabby Man to the stream. Well, it's pretty loud outside because an aeroplane is flying. So we have this here, and now I want an event where a member joins or a member leaves. So we can just do bot.event async def on member join, and member is going to be discord.member. Okay, so discord.member, or should it be a CTX? Never mind, it doesn't need CTX. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is whenever the member joins, I want to get the guild config, and I want this to be the member.guild.id. So member.guild.id, get or none, and there should be a config. I mean, the bot is joining a guild, and if not config, return. But if the config has this enabled, so we're going to do if config.welcome enabled. If the welcome messages are enabled, we're just gonna like put a comment here, welcome messages are enabled. Now we need a command which will enable these welcome messages here. Now we can just create another command and bot.command, and we also need manage guild for this one. So we can do async def welcome, and this will take the context. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the guild config for this. I'm gonna get the guild config as well as the welcome config. So the welcome config is going to be like this. So 1 second, please. By the way, is my stream lagging? I hope my stream is not lagging here. We're gonna have welcome config. 1 second, guys. Okay, so we want to yeah, so we're gonna have the welcome config, and I made an oopsie there. It should have a guild ID, or it should have this here. ID should be the guild ID. It should be unique because it can't be the same. And yeah, like I should remove unique from this one, the channel ID. And the primary key should be set to the guild ID here. So yeah, we can have that here. Let's put guild ID because why not? So we can do DT. We can do drop table welcome config. We can drop this table. We can run this again. No problemo. So welcome command is gonna check if this is enabled. So what I want to do, if config dot welcome enabled, await ctx dot send welcome messages are enabled in this guild. All member join events will be sent to so to get the welcome channel, and the channel will be, we need to use discord.utils for this. So discord.utils.get guild dot this is gonna be ctx.guild.channels. It's gonna be this, and then the ID will be welcome config dot channel ID. So it's gonna be sent to this dot mention you're gonna return this function. Now if you run this, you can just do something like else await ctx.send, return await ctx.send. Welcome messages are not enabled for this guild. Sorry, guild. Okay, yeah, so we have this command. It's basically going to show if we have a welcome messages configuration or not for this. So what I'm going to do, keyboard ASMR. Yep, keyboard ASMR is good for health. So we have so welcome. So we can do welcome. Oh, my bad, I made a typo there. So welcome, it says unknown param ID, allowed base values are channel ID. Wait a minute, where did I mess this up? Field error, unknown param ID. Did I mess it up somewhere? Unknown param ID. Where did I mess this up? ctx.guild. Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot. Channel ID. Sorry, guild ID. Yeah. Okay, so I am gonna start the bot again. And let's actually see this. So, wow, why is it taking the bot so long to start? It says welcome messages are not enabled for this guild. That is fine. You know what? Like, a member can view the welcome message config from here, so we don't need that. But I'm going to now make a command which sets the welcome messages. I'm going to do async def set welcome. And this is going to be the command.context. And then now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for the, what do you even call it? I forgot. Like, it's going to ask for the welcome messages. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask, 1 second. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like, so I'm going to actually ask this user to a, like, I'm going to ask them for the channel where you want the welcome message to be sent to. So wait channel dot, oh sorry, not channel, I'm going to do bot dot wait for, this is going to wait for a message, and the check would be the author check. So the author check, what I want to do here is I want to add a message check author. So I want to do def check author, and this is going to be passing the author here. Wait, so it's gonna have, 1 second please. Although one thing we can do, wait, I was actually being an idiot here in this case. I realized something, that we can just have a lambda function. So this function, whenever this function is called, this will basically have this. So we can do x.author.id. So it's gonna be the message. And why is it lambda? This should be lambda. It should be equals to the ctx.author.id. Yeah, we can actually do that in this case. And we're going to take this, and we're also going to we're going to try to convert that text message to a text channel. So text channel converter dot convert, and we're going to add ctx and then message dot content. Also, I want to add a timeout here, so we can do something like timeout. It's gonna be 20. It's gonna be 20, and if this has a commands.errors.channel not found, because that can happen if the user has entered something invalid. So as e, we can just do await ctx.send invalid channel. You know what the best thing is? We can make this recursive, so if the user enters the wrong input, it's gonna ask again and again. So we're gonna do something like e dot argument, and we're going to do please enter a channel name again. and I'm gonna do this here. So using def ask my bad, ask welcome message, and we can do this. In this case, it's gonna now run this message again. So we can do await ask welcome message. We're gonna run this command again, and basically what I'm gonna do here is I want to ask for this message. So I'm going to do await ctx.send please enter the channel where all the welcome messages will be sent. And I want to do oops, my bad. I want this to be message for the channel in this case. So channel will be await ask welcome message. So that's what I want the channel to be. Okay, so we're gonna have this, and yeah, I have the channel here. Now let's actually see if it works or not. I can print the channel, and now let's run this. So we're gonna ask them for that channel. Rafternoon, welcome to the stream. Boy, I'm watching you from Windows 11. Congrats on installing your Windows 11. So we have the set welcome now. Set welcome. It's not gonna ask, please enter a channel where all the welcome messages would be sent. If I type in something else, something that doesn't exist, it's gonna keep asking, and it's gonna time out after 20 seconds. So don't worry about that. It's not gonna be like an infinite loop. It's gonna time out after 20 seconds. So we can do something like a good channel, general. We can just say general, and boom. Right now it says that this is none. This channel is none for some reason. Wait 1 second. It should say channel converter dot ctx message dot content. Now this shouldn't be none here. Now why is this none? Interestingly, 1 second. So this is returning none here for some reason. Okay, so let me actually see what it, oh, I forgot it should return this, because every time it's gonna do recursion, it should return like the return value that it gets. So like when it recursively runs this is gonna return something, and whatever this return, like what this function returns, you return that as well, or else it's always gonna be none. So yeah, that return statement is mandatory. So we can just do something like set welcome, and we can just enter some invalid stuff, and then we can enter a correct channel, and boom, we have general here. So that return statement is necessary. Now I want the person to do something like, yeah, let's now ask the user to enter the text. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do another message. So this is gonna be the welcome message. This is going to be wait bot.wait for. I'm just gonna do the same thing here. Dot content, because this will return your message. So let's actually run black dot. Oh, forgot a sudo apt install black. It's gonna install Python black here, don't worry. It's not gonna reformat. Oh god, it's formatting my virtual env for some reason. Okay. Let's run python bot.py. And it just start up. So once we have this, we will then create a guild config. So we can do something like set welcome. Oops. Okay, so we have this. Please enter the name of the channels where all welcome messages will be sent. General. It says coroutine object has no attribute content. Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to wrap this in a quotation, so it's gonna wait till that coroutine is finished for that async function, and then it's gonna check the attribute content of that place. Okay, 1 second. Is my video lagging now? Because OBS as well as YouTube is saying that my stream is sort of lagging, but I hope that it it is not lagging. Okay, so please enter the message. General, it's not lagging. All right, thanks, chap. So yeah, it's gonna please enter a channel where all welcome messages will be sent. Now it should ask for, wait, haven't I saved this bot yet? It should ask for another message. Oh wait, I forgot. ctx.send. ctx.send, please enter your welcome message below. And you can do something like use where, so we're gonna use this curly braces where you want to mention the user. So basically wherever you put this here, like this curly braces, it's gonna replace that with the user mention. So we're going to welcome message, it's gonna ask for this, and then we will create a new guild config here. So we can modify the guild config. So if the guild config does not exist, that's fine, I guess. I mean, we can now get the guild config in this case. Was the guild config and the welcome config? Yeah, we can have the guild config or welcome config. So we can just do config.welcome enabled is going to be true, await config.save. So it's gonna, like, the config is always going to exist because every time the bot is being added, we are going to create a new configuration, a welcome dev hypercoder to the live stream. So we're gonna save this configuration in this case, and now we also want to make a welcome config. So if not welcome config, config. So if we don't have a welcome config, we want to create one. So we can just do a new welcome config, and this is going to be welcome config. Oops, config. And what are the arguments does it, like, it takes guild ID. Okay, so we're gonna have this guild ID here. Guild ID will be ctx.guild.id, and then the channel ID would be channel ID. Channel ID would be the channel that we have .id, and then we are going to have the message, and the message would be the welcome message. So this is what we're gonna have, and then await new welcome config.save. If we do have this config, we want to do welcome config dot channel ID is going to be channel ID. So if this does exist, we're gonna do channel.id, and then we're gonna have welcome config dot message, and that's going to be a welcome message here. Await welcome config dot save. And then we're going to do await, we're just going to do return await ctx.send, and we can do set welcome, we can just do enabled. Okay, so we want this message to be a bit different. If this does not exist, can I upload Flask? Can I have anything without using Unicorn? Unfortunately, no. Instead of using Unicorn, you can use something like UWSGI or Hypercorn, because you need a WSGI compliant server that is running that Flask app, and we are using Nginx as a reverse proxy for this. So yeah, IXC, you cannot use it without Unicorn, although there are other Unicornish alternatives like UWSGI or Hypercorn, or maybe UVcorn and Waitress. There are like tons of WSGI servers available. So we can now over here do enabled welcome messages. All member join events will be sent to, we can do channel.mention. The stream ended. No, it hasn't ended yet. Okay, so we're gonna do channel.mention. That's where everything's gonna be sent. And now we're gonna do updated welcome config. All join events. So this is gonna be updated and enabled. That's what we're gonna have here. And yeah, we have this set welcome message command. So we can now run this, run the bot. We're gonna do something like wow, there are 6 pings in this server. Holy cow. So we're gonna do please enter the channel. We can have general. Please enter message. We're going to use the curly braces. So we can do something like welcome to the server. So we're going to enter something like this here. Enable welcome messages. All member join events will be sent to general, because that's where we set it. Now if we type select master from welcome config, Would you look at that? We have the guild ID as well as the channel ID and the welcome message here. So that's where we have everything. And now what I want to do is I want to make an event for this. So whenever someone joins the server, I want to send this message. So we can do something. If the welcome message is enabled, I want to create a new embed here. And I can now get the welcome config. The welcome config is going to be this for this. Oh, never mind. The welcome config is here. Okay, great. So we are going to fetch the config. So we can do member.guild.id. And this will not be none. This will always have a value because whenever you enable that welcome message, it's always going to have like a configuration for this in the database entry. So we can do embed discord.embed, and then we can do, or maybe instead of doing an embed, should I do an embed or without an embed? Should I do it without an embed or with an embed? I'm waiting for a response. Well, there aren't any responses in chat, so let's do an embed. So discord.embed and do embed. All right, thank you. Thank you, Raf, for the response. Discord.embed, and the title would be welcome, and the color would be discord.color. I forgot the U here, .blue. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have that embed, and then we can do embed.set image, and the URL is going to be member.avatar URL, and then we can do embed.description, and this will be welcome config message format. And I want this to format like the first one, the curly braces dot format, and I can just do member dot mention, and then we can get the channel. So send channel. Hello, welcome to the stream. Are you Srivastava? Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. So you have the send channel here, and the send channel would be discord.utils.get. Discord.utils.get, and this is going to be a member.guild.channels. Oh, not build guild. Channels. Member.guild.channels, and then the ID of that channel will be welcome message.channel ID. You can do await send channel.send embed equals embed. We can try this out. Not sure if it's gonna work or not, but there's no harm in trying. So I have my ult account here. I'm gonna invite myself. Copy this invite here. I'm gonna leave that server. So I'm not in that server anymore with my ult. Join a server. I'm gonna join here, and it should send this message, although it is not sending it. I don't know why this is happening. We can just print config, and I don't know why this is happening, to be honest. We can do /dt select asterisk from config. Yeah, we do have a welcome enabled. So why is this if not config? Okay, that's interesting. It should work here. I'm gonna leave and then rejoin. Or maybe should I fix my intents, because for some reason maybe my intents aren't working. I don't know why. I do have my intents working properly. I don't know why this is not working. We can wait, let me put this here. Okay, so we're gonna put this I'm gonna kick myself out. I'm gonna rejoin using my link here. Where's my link? Wait, where are my invites? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna invite myself to this server. Hidden use copy button. I have copied and rejoin again. Now on member join, is my event name working properly? on member join. For some reason, this function is not being triggered here. I don't know why this is not working. Wait, let me actually check if it's working or not. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is search. I'm just gonna search why this is not working. So so we do need proper intents here. How about I do intents dot, oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, we need to do intents dot discord dot intents dot all. I need to do this here first. I forgot that you were supposed to do this. I'm gonna leave that server and then rejoin again. Join. Yeah, it does show me a guild config. And yeah, boom. It says welcome Anna 420 to the server. And yeah, we have perfectly working welcome messages right now, guys. We have welcome messages. So I can remove this guild config print statement that I had here. So yeah, the guild configs, the welcome messages is working. Now, should we do a leave message system? Yeah, we can actually do something like that. Welcome Hargurbin Singh. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I actually pronounce a lot of people's names wrong. So we can just do a leave message. And should I have, wait, I should create a leave config first. Yeah, I should, I think. So we can have this leave config. Dead aura, no need for any contact, please. So leave config. We should yeah, so we can start with this. And now what we're gonna be doing here is we can have leave messages here. So welcome config, we can just have leave config, and we just have leave config. Did this auto import? VS Code tell me auto imported. So we have the leave config.channel ID, all member leave events, and we're just gonna do some like leave, then leave channel, and then leave enabled. Yeah, we have that, and then we can do this. Great. So we have this, and now we can actually copy this whole function. Since I'm a programmer, copy pasting is something that I've practiced since I started programming. Oops, my bad. Someone's at the door. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Someone was at the door. Yeah, so we can just do set leave international door. No. Like some guy was at the door. Set leave, ask leave MSG. So invalid channel, we're gonna do that same thing. Me going, hope I don't get caught, fingers crossed. Yeah, sure. Full leave. Yeah, I'm gonna have a gun, don't worry. Okay, so please enter your leave messages below. We can have a leave message, and we can have the leave config, and this would be the leave config, and we can just have leave enabled. So now I have leave config and have the leave message. Just replace everything. Leave all member leave. So like I'm just typing leave everywhere. Leave messages, and then we can just Okay, boom, we have this right now. Great. So we can enable the leave messages in this case. And now we can also have that event that we had before. So we can have on member leave. Is it on member leave? Let me actually search that out. On member leave. It should be on member remove. Yeah, it should be on member remove, not on member leave. So remove, leave enabled. Have the leave config. It's all leaves now, you know. Leave config, and then yeah. So we can now do something like member left. So yeah, we can do that. And since Discord caches that member, we don't have to worry about that member being in the guild cache or not, in the bot cache or not. We don't need to worry about that. So we can now separate those commands. And the only reason I'm not using cogs here because I can't be bothered. And it's sort of getting really big, this file. So we can just separate these in cogs later on. Bot's ready. Great. I'm gonna leave that server with my ult there. It should send a message. Oh wait, I forgot that you don't have welcome messages. Invite people, copy. I'm gonna join that server back. Okay. So yeah, we have this welcome message here, so we can just do a set leave. And please enter the channel where all leave messages will be sent. We also want this to be in general, because yes. Please enter leave message below. We are sorry to witness that has left the server. Hope you had a good time here. It says key guild already exists. And why is that? If not, oh my god! I forgot that you need to do this. Yeah, so it says key exists because the configuration already existed, and that was just my bad. So we can do set leave here. Let me actually check my stream. Can I invite him to Pogbot? No, you can't because it is a private bot here, as far as I know. Let me actually check if it's a private bot or not. No, yeah, it is. It is a private bot. Even if you try, even if you know the ID, you won't be able to invite it. So please enter that. Oh fudge! I forgot. I forgot that I had to like copy this. Okay, so we had an asyncio timeout error. Set leave, general. Enter the message. Boom. Enable leave messages. All member leave events will be sent to general. Great. Now I'm gonna leave that server with my old account. It should say that I have left the server. Okay, so it is working here. Great. So we have working welcome and leave messages. So this stream was only for the bot part. In the next stream, we're going to be doing starting with the front end as well as some of the back end. But one thing I'm going to do before I stop this stream is I'm going to separate everything into cogs. So we're going to open up cogs and then let's just like events.py, and we can do from discord.ext import commands and then we can do class events commands.cog, and we can do def underscore init. Self bot's gonna be a commands.bot, and we can do self.bot's gonna be bot. Let's actually put all of those events in the thing here. 1 second. Okay, wait, where are my events? Oh yeah, I have these events here. I'm gonna copy these events here, right here, and paste it in here. And I know that I broke literally everything here, so don't worry. Now I'm gonna probably import these models from somewhere else. Maybe I can do from bot.models import. Probably gonna import these here. the reason I'm doing bot is because it's the parent directory of everything here. And I'm still gonna do import Discord. And I'm gonna do commands.cog.listener. So this is basically gonna do a cog event listener. So we should have all of this, and in front of every single command here, we're gonna have this self here. So wait, isn't this the thing that VS Code has where you can select multiple lines? Never mind. Self, copy this, paste it literally everywhere, in every single place where you see a non-static method. So we have this, and now we can just add a setup function. So def setup, and the bot will be commands.bot, bot.add cog, events bot. We have that. That's great. So I hope that this works now. So before I actually change it any further, I want to actually like import all this. So I probably gotta have OS already imported. Oh, I do have OS. That's great. I did need OS. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to run os.lister. So for inos.list_dir /cogs. Oh, not on. It should be OS. So it's gonna dynamically import literally everything that's in there. This is gonna be if i.ends with .py. So if it ends with .py, I want to do a bot.load extension f-string. It's gonna be cogs. And then the I, and so this is gonna be the file name, and then except the last 3 characters .py. So we're going to remove the last 3 characters, trim them out. It's gonna load all of this, and then it's not gonna return anything, but I'm gonna print out loaded events cog. You know what? I'm gonna have this here in the print statement. So we can do something like self._class.name. Is this the class name? Self.class is going to return this type event. Okay, yeah, we can actually try that. Let's see if it works or not. It says commands.eve could not be found. And why is that? It says wait a second, can I print I? It says events.py. Okay. Oh, wait, I forgot. -3. It should be from the end. That during another exception occurred, key error caused at events. No, bot.models bot is not a package. What? Bot's not a package. Oh, we need an init. An init.py. Will this work now? Nope, it is not working because yes. So we need to import like this. Oh wait, we want a relative import. Forgot that it requires relative imports here. Yeah, it says loaded events cog. Forgot the fact that it has how long will the stream go on? It's gonna be pretty like what, 5 or 10 minutes. It says bot is ready. That's great. We can try the join event right now. Join event. Copy the invite. Paste that in here. And boom, it says member has joined the server. I try leaving. It says I have left the servers. Join and leave. Great. We have our messages working here. So this cog is working. Now we can have a so instead of like literally putting and stuffing all of this in here, we can just have like messages.py, or yeah, we can just have configuration.py or just config.py. Why I was just struggling so much with this. Okay, so we can just from discord.ext import commands, and then we can do class config commands.cog, and then we just want to create a constructor. So and then we can just run a def setup bot is going to be commands.bot and bot.add cog, and that's going to be a config bot. I also want to copy data print thing from here. I'm gonna basically load that this cog has been loaded. Yeah, we can actually have this here. Prefix. Great. And boom. So all this here. We're gonna have you know what? I'm a fancy man, so bot.command is gonna be commands.command. I am a fancy person, so we're gonna put this in here. Boom. Or we can just have a constants.py. So we can just do something like constants.py, and then the default prefix. This is gonna be the default prefix. Okay, yeah, great. My bad. So we can just import constants. We can import constants, and then we can do constants.default prefix. Great. Run the same thing again. We're going to have so we're going to import Discord, import typing, import constants. This is the prefix, and okay. And from the events, we're going to do the same thing from here. All my own imports are going to be on this side. We're going to have bot. So bot dot. Okay, so we're going to have this and then this. Let's actually remove this part here. What? We're going to remove this part for now. So we can do bot dot something like wait for or something like that. Yeah, so we can do bot dot wait for. We can do self dot bot dot wait for, and we can do something like ctx, and then we can have that same thing, but this time it's gonna have self before it. Boom. Now we're gonna have bot.add cog config bot. Right, so it's gonna import all of this, no errors whatsoever. We're gonna only have this on ready, this simple on ready here. That's the only thing it's gonna have over here. And wait, yeah, we have that get prefix here. Python bot.py. So it says the no module found called constants. Oh, yeah, my bad. The audio bitrate is pretty low. OBS is saying that I have a really low audio bitrate. That's fine. We can do prefix. Yeah, it says the prefix is working. So we can do prefix is gonna be this prefix. So we can do prefix $sign. Oops, my bad. For prefix $sign. And yeah, so we have a working bot here. Let's just actually run black cogs slash do black bot.py constants.py models.py, and boom. So yeah, we have a working bot over here, have a configuration cog. Yeah, this is working. We also have this constant file, the events. So we have a working bot, and in the next stream we're going to start with the web dashboard for this bot, because this series is for the web dashboard, but without making that bot first we can't make a web dashboard for it. So yeah, anyways guys, that was today's live stream. Sorry if it was a bit long, but I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I put a lot of effort into my content, and I really appreciate it if you guys help me out by subscribing. So anyways, have a good one guys.